we are going to be getting some new classes, not just a class skin, but actual classes. Let's check this out. This is the Samurai class art preview. Behold a sneak peek at Deja's anime-inspired art design for the upcoming Samurai class, and you can see the look here. Very awesome. Started with the light version, then worked his way up to a dragon-inspired prime form. So this is a dragon set will be the advanced special set, hopefully obtained through a special spiritual journey to connect with the dragon spirit of the samurai class. That actually sounds really cool. The Samurai class will likely be the first of the new classes we are building to go live. How did this one jump in front of the other classes? It was just the furthest along. The amount of code and time needed to make game client and server changes will be a big factor in the class release order. And then it says, in addition to art previews, we should also do class skill preview posts. I overheard bits of a story meeting and it filled me with joy hearing how excited people are for this. Everyone on the team agrees each class needs a lore-based story, and I agree, that would be really nice. When will this class be released? Some team members are saying mid-July. So can we get this in a month from now? I don't know. Realistically, we should expect some form of testing to begin around that time. I really enjoy sharing the art with you, seeing as it's one of the bigger motivators. Artix also did a special weekend report. Now, this is covering a large amount of what's going on. So it talks about the thing that, whole COVID thing that hit the company, which is very unfortunate. A lot of them ended up getting sick and having to go home, which, of course, that slows things down when you have limited people working. So the Nalgath Saga, which is the most highly anticipated upcoming story release, of course, this is going to be huge because you're tapping into a lore that is a big part of it. And it talks about touching and twists on the theme from the Nalgath storyline found in our previous games. We really wanted to do an interesting spin on it like we did with Ashfall and the Dragon Slayers. I loved Ashfall. That was my favorite release to date. Of course, and then Darkovia is a close second. Of course, creating a MMO Saga is about a lot more than just the writing. Being 100% transparent, at least one team member absolutely refused to work on it. Wow. And then it says that's a surprise. That's how dark it is, because it said, in all fairness, it is a pretty dark release. So that makes me even more excited. While we do not touch on any religious or political subject matter in AQ3D, well, I don't know about that. This certainly delves into a gray area. The first area of this saga is the Celadine Forest, which is very red and very creepy. I love that. That sounds so awesome. Featuring new music by Jungar, awesome, and some iconic story characters is definitely an intro. The second part of this saga is a series of dungeon adventures, ultimately climaxing into what players will really want, because you said that you really liked Ashfall. We did our best to follow the tempo and build up. Awesome. Bad timing and the lab plague knocked us out completely. So that's why it's been postponed a little bit. Originally, part 1 would be released and then the following month, part 2, but we had to merge the two together to make a bigger release. And then, of course, with the delays, things were pushed back a little bit. Bearing no more surprises, next week will be the dog release. So that's going to be this coming week will be the dog release, as they're calling it. And then the following week, if all goes well, will be the release of the extended Nalgath Part 1. And by extended, meaning that Mehmet and Artix added 5 NPCs with challenges around the map that were not part of the actual main story. So side challenges, that's very cool. New classes. It's been a few weeks since the team has been all out making new classes. There are 17 classes we wrote on the board that we really want to make. 17 classes. So let's hope this is the beginning of the ball rolling with the classes really coming out. It's been 6 years, so it's high time. Some are easier to build than others. We wanted to release 2 classes with the Sandsea Saga. I was pretty mad that did not materialize. Those 2 classes have been re-envisioned. Everything is subject to change, but one will be a life leeching healer. Very interesting. That will be the Acolyte, I'm assuming, or Aculate, or however they say. And then after hearing your feedback, our next bow class needs a different name than Assassin, because people did not like the fact that Assassin was the bow-wielding thing. It'd be like Ranger. Tier 2 of Ranger would be the Assassin, but they're going to change the name from Assassin to something else. And there's a lot of other options out there, Ranger-related options. So, Arc Ranger, or anything. We have one coder almost dedicated to classes. That's awesome. Samurai is the furthest along, and then you already saw the preview of that, the Skull Punch Island Caldera challenge. This explains why they had to change the challenge. If you guys were around when the glitch was there, you basically didn't have to do anything in that challenge. All you had to do was just stand there, kill the boss. It took 30 seconds. And then they fixed it, so now you have to actually use strategy to beat the boss. It's not hard. I already showed myself running a solo of it, my first time running it. Main storyline, just prior to our onslaught of problems, I had been involved, or Artix had been involved, in outlining the revamped main storyline. Deja and the team has worked on art revamp of the characters. This is going to be the highest priority once the Nalgath Saga is up and running. This is going to be, the main story will be arcing between the sagas. Every time you complete a saga, it lights up a part of the portal. So the Dragon Rune portal that we have in Babylon, you have those little gems that appear on top of the arc, lighting it up. So that's leading to something really big, leading to a big encounter with Vayne. So that's going to be really exciting. And then we get the intro revamp number 999. This is funny too, because he says, along with the revamped main storyline, we will once again need to adjust the intro. And this is, how many times now have they done this? This is a lot. Anyways, unreleased item. So the cosmetic cutter, which is of course supposed to be the cosmic cutter from this week's release, was an unreleased item from an older release. Now this actually happens quite often, where maybe not quite often, but this does definitely happen, where an artist will post a preview of an item that's going to be coming, and then for some reason it's not able to come out. And this isn't, the artist isn't to blame, or this is just doesn't work out at that time for that item to be released. And this is exactly what happened with the cosmic cutter. Photoshop 3D. Behind the scenes, one of the biggest woes was Photoshop dropping its 3D painting support, and this is what they use to make their 3D items. So they need to find another one. Unity 2022. And this is an upgrade. Now, they have done this previously. This is stuff that they've done before, and they will be upgrading again, bumping it right back up to another newer version of Unity. And it says every once in a blue moon, there's a requirement to bump everything up to a newer version. And once it does that, we need to freeze the dev server for a week while Zoom does the upgrade and converts every asset in the game. So that's a whole week that they won't be able to be testing and stuff in the dev server. And then last time we did this, we secretly pre-added a release to run along during it. So I'm not sure when this is going to happen, but it is going to happen. Hunting for a programmer. They're currently on the look for a senior level Unity C+ programmer. So this is something that they are looking for, and it says that we are in desperate need of one to build any new features like housing. Awesome. That'll be really cool. Hackers and DDoS. So way back in the day, we used to get a lot of DDoS against the servers and stuff, and it would crash the servers. It was just very, very frustrating. Luckily, it was dealt with. Now, a week ago, they had changed one of the URLs to one of the APIs, which then put it outside of the Cloudflare protection, which is part of the DDoS protection. And so they were slammed with 730,000 and more brute force attacks. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but basically DDoS, and which was apparently minor compared to the old days. So they were able to fix it and whatnot. But anyway, so they also warn people not to sign in using your information onto fake websites. People would be, trying to scam and stuff. Level cap. Through the full Nalgath Saga, the level cap will slowly rise to 40. So by the end of the Nalgath Saga, we're going to be level 40. And this is where the big challenge fights will start. There will be new capstones. So for those of you wondering about the capstones, why did they revert it back to the capstones and stuff like that? All the capstones that you currently earned, minus the ones that you lost in the items, the ones that you had actually in the items, those are gone. But the ones that you have in your inventory, you can just convert them into the standard capstones. And so there will be new capstones that are introduced with the Nalgath Saga. Lolosia Part 4, Talk Like a Pirate Day finale. I'm not sure why it says finale. Oh, because it's the Lolosia Part 4. Oh, okay. So this is the finale of Lolosia. And the former AQ3D writer returned to write the finale of Lolosia. It's going to be pretty big, possibly too big to do in time for the Talk Like a Pirate Day. So they might not have it in September. It might actually be put back after Mogloween when we will have more time. 20th anniversary. Mogloween is the favorite time of year for many of us, and this is going to be extra special because this October, Artix Entertainment is celebrating 20th anniversary. This is 20 years they've been around. That's crazy. We are plotting something fun for AdventureQuest 3D to do alongside the other games. It's scary how fast it's approaching, and it really is. They have a lot going on for in October. They want to do an AQ2D, an AQ Worlds Unity release, some form of release, some kind of launch. Not sure if that's going to be possible by then or not, but they do plan on doing something fun, which they're going to be, incorporating along their other games as well. So I'm really glad they had this transparency of what's going on. I'm really glad they did this. It's good to get that kind of insight, and I'm really looking forward to what they've talked about here. Just really shows the improvements that are going to be coming. The Nalgath Saga, the new classes, the changes, intro, I guess that's going to be needed, but I mean, it's coming along. The new level cap, it's coming along nicely. And I've seen a lot of people back in the day, or not back in the day, but not that long ago, a few months ago, people had quit the game. They were fed up and they quit the game. And I've seen a lot of those people slowly coming back. But that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.